You know those articles that pop up on your newsfeed and say, things you didn't need until now. And you're like, I didn't know I needed a dripless coffee mug. Give me 4. Or when you first saw the leaked Deadpool footage and you're like, here, take my money. Well, one of those things for me is a Power Rangers anime. See, it's strange to me why Power Rangers isn't an anime already. And after Googling it, nothing came up. So I took to Reddit and I found one article with a guy saying when Disney had the rights to produce Power Rangers, they proposed the idea of an animation, but TOEI shot it down. Boom, boom. So it got me thinking, and rather than why isn't Power Rangers an anime, I was going to change it to why Power Rangers should be an anime. Most of you watching this are probably familiar with the Power Rangers franchise, whether that be the classic Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or one of the newer series like Samurai. But for those who have no idea what I've just said, I'ma break it down for you. Power Rangers is an American entertainment franchise which was produced by Saban. It's based on a Japanese live-action television series called Super Sentai, which is owned by TOEI. The basic premise of the show is a Monster of the Week setting, with a new bad guy coming in, beating up our heroes. Eventually our heroes overcome the monster and then throw in a few twists and turns here and there, creating an overarching storyline. So you're probably thinking why a fully grown man would want a kid's show to be an anime. There's a few reasons why actually, and I'm going to explain. Have you ever thought something was amazing when you were a kid and no one else could tell you otherwise? What you are watching is flat out the best thing in the world. And when you grow up and you watch it back, you feel your nostalgia die and think, how? How could I ever watch this? Why does my baby brain betray me so? Power Rangers has a lot of those moments, more than I want to admit. That doesn't mean it's bad, no. Like, it was really good for its time. But looking back at it, it's just, oh god.
Guys, I'm the new Blue Ranger. Isn't that cool or what?
Why? And the acting, oh my god. The acting's so bad.
I'll destroy Mariner Bay myself.
Some things are just better off left in the past. But fans can see past those awkward moments and see the show for what it truly is. Kick-ass costumes and sword battles. I want a Power Rangers that both adults and kids can enjoy, like a shonen. So here's my list of reasons why I think it should be an anime, and so should you, TOEI. I hope you're watching. As I mentioned, Power Rangers is based on Super Sentai, which is originally produced by TOEI and Bandai, with TOEI controlling the media side and Bandai owning the rights to create the toys, or more recently Hasbro. Since we're looking into the production of the show, we're going to be focusing on TOEI. TOEI is a Japanese company that deals with films, TV and video games. They have a total of 34 movie theatres across Japan and 2 studios. Very cash money. TOEI also owns TOEI Animation, which is an animation studio that has produced some of the heaviest hitting animes of all time, such as Dragon Ball and One Piece, which are 2 of the big 4. We don't count Fairy Tail. And other majorly successful shows such as Sailor Moon and Digimon. Each of these shows have made a great impact on Western culture in one way or another. I mean, who hasn't tried to turn Super Saiyan? Power Rangers has already broken into Western culture in a live action format, so it would have a good head start if it were to be adapted, as people already recognise the franchise as a household name and probably willing to give it a shot. Especially kids, as kids love cartoons. If you were to ask me who should direct the show, I personally would have Tatsuya Nagamine, as he already works for the company directing Dragon Ball Super and is currently the director from One Piece from episode 892, which is also when One Piece started getting good again. On top of the series, he also directed the films One Piece C and Dragon Ball Broly, which were highly successful in both Japan and Western markets. Story. We all know the story to Power Rangers. A group of heroes defeating the monster, but it's actually a lot deeper than that. Power Rangers is a huge overarching storyline that is very much overlooked. I know it can feel like you're watching the same episode again and again, and the crappy acting often doesn't help. But if you look closely to what is actually happening, you'll realise that it's a lot deeper than what's on the surface. I feel that's why the comics for Power Rangers by Boom Studios is what got me back into the franchise, as it has an in-depth storyline and a lot of character progression that you don't really see in the show. For example, the comic Shattered Grid. The premise of this is, in an alternative universe, Tommy Oliver refused to join Power Rangers and stayed loyal to Rita Repulsa, taking the name of Lord Draken, and conquered Earth together. I don't want to give too much away for those that actually do want to read it, but how awesome is that? I personally think if they ever did an anime for Power Rangers, then it should be this storyline, as it gives an avenue for both new actors and the originals to play the Power Rangers across different times and dimensions. This story brings a whole new element as it exists within the morphing grid, which allows them to bring so many characters, old and new, together and creating a whole new storyline. It just works, okay? Voice acting. Like I said before, within the Shattered Grid storyline, it's all over the place, allowing Rangers to come together from old and new and new. For some Rangers to come back to the small screen is more of a dream than a reality, as some would struggle to fit back into their spandex. But doing this kind of storyline allows them to be a Power Ranger once again as a voice actor, and fans love nothing more than a cheeky reference or Easter egg to their beloved show. I hope to God if they do a Power Rangers anime, they bring back the characters to reprise their roles, as the series has some of the most unique voices throughout television, from Austin St. John, Joseph Dave Frank, and how can we talk about acting anime without the mention of one of the most greatest voice actors of all time, Johnny Young Bosch, who was part of the Power Rangers. Johnny joined the Power Rangers as a stand-in for the Black Power Ranger, which you'll most likely remember him from the Power Rangers movie.
Adam? Adam, what's wrong?
I'm a frog.
He is a big part of the Power Rangers universe, playing as 3 different Rangers. So if they ever did do a transfer into animation, I think he could play a key role in making this show a success. And for anyone thinking that they have no idea who Johnny Young Bosch is, you're lying to not me, but to yourself. He's played Vash the Stampede in Trigun, Ichigo in Bleach, Nero from the Devil May Cry franchise, and if that's not enough, he's now being casted to play the dub version of Broly from the Dragon Ball franchise, which is owned by, you guessed it, TOEI Animation. See, it all links together. Costumes. Probably the most recognisable trait when it comes to Power Rangers are their costumes. Something about those colourful spandex suits makes them stand out from any other superhero franchise out there. Though, I feel personally that the show doesn't do the suits enough justice. Sure, they look amazing, but you never actually see them be amazing. There are often mentions that these suits grant them enhanced abilities.
Our suits give us stamina, speed, strength, and agility.
But you never actually get to see any of that, and we just assume it works because the show tells us. For example, where is the difference between these 2 fights? If he's fighting a big, hard monster without a suit, surely he should be getting crushed. But instead he's holding his own. And me personally, this is another bit that fits perfectly for animation Gantz. I'm not going to tell you what the anime is about or anything, but basically they have these suits that are somewhat similar to Power Rangers, enhanced capabilities. Also, that they are very, very tight. Look at this scene.
Thing, and I'll do it. I'll kill it. Yes,
Look at the way these show the suits, using the full power. You can feel how heavy his punches, from his body tensing up and his veins popping out. The animation visually puts forward the idea of strength and enhancement. Something like this would really set Power Rangers up a gear.
shift to the turbo.
Power Rangers
Mecha, when monsters grow to incredible sizes, the only way the Power Rangers can fight them is by summoning their Zords. And if that's not good enough, they combine together to create a bigger Zord. Wait, what? That's not good enough? Well, they combine again to become an even bigger Zord of Zords. You get the point. Though the robot battles aren't the biggest theme in the series, it still plays a huge part within the franchise, as they summon these war machines at the end of almost each episode. Mecha is Japanese for robot. In Hollywood terms, it's used for any big robot film, such as Transformers or Pacific Rim. It's one of the biggest genres within anime. I mean, what's not to love about giant robots smashing each other to bits? Did you not watch Robot Wars? The effects for the show have come a long way. From people fighting in costumes to now the use of CGI and green screening. But if we're being realistic, we know that Power Rangers is about making as much money as possible and spending as little money as possible. So those effects must cost a pretty penny or two from the budget. In the Power Ranger game, Legacy Wars, we can see several more moves that the Megazord has in its arsenal that we've never seen in the show, like blasting lightning out of its eyes or a drop kick. Yeah, more of that. The anime Tenga Toppa Doran Lagan, which by the way, if you are a fan of Power Rangers, you should definitely watch it. They have scenes like this. Like, look how nice that is, with the Zords battling each other out. There's so many reasons why I think an animated version of the show would be so good. And especially as popular as anime has become, with the likes of Attack on Titan and One Punch Man entering the scene. Anime in the West right now is huge. And I think that Power Rangers could be one of these great animes. Also, just as a quick comment, do you think that Power Rangers would be an anime or a cartoon? Because it's owned both Japanese and American, so which do you reckon it would be? Well, that's about it, guys. If you could like, share and subscribe, that would be nice of you. See you later!